me with ad homs, acting all confident.
Okay, that's
and then
fair.
when I
clarify,
okay,
that's
fair.
fair.
What's your good faith? What's your good faith? What's your good faith interpretation of saying that illegals are in border foreign invaders?
Can I just because this
I
is
can
what
play in the mud
born in the
too.
mud. You've
Hold
never
on,
left
stop,
the mud,
because
buddy.
this is going to be bothering me because I think this is tangential to the reason, like whether or not we are in a constitutional crisis or Trump is attempting to subvert the Constitution and the levers of power and things like that. He can be doing it in entirely good faith, and it could still be
That is
trying
true.
to dismantle.
Wait, that's a good. Wait, that's a good point. I think there's.
I feel like it is annoying though. You're talking to like a literal like boogaloo boy. It's like
some things that people could be doing in good faith that could still represent a constitutional crisis. But I think that bad faith adds to the scope of what we can look at in the current time. At time equals 1, right? Because what Lactoid is saying might sound.
Well, the question is, are these conversations even somewhat useful? Like, is it useful to debate people that are not just like median voters? Because I'm like, I feel like I'm against the idea that even having these conversations is like worth it. I feel like no one gets anything from these conversations. And then you get tone policed at the end. Like, how dare you be upset about, like...
Unreasonable at first blush to someone. Well, it's only been 8 days. It's just...
I'll say right now, I'm a Wix hater. You could tell Wix I'm a Wix hater. He's ghosted me on multiple occasions. His panels are terrible. He's a radical centrist. He's annoying. He's a bad host. He's bad for the internet. Don't like Wix. Not gonna lie.
Just a pause. You know, there've been other pauses in history, right? But what we're trying to do is tell you that it's a crisis right now. And in order to get into the crisis right now moment.
Well, yeah, debates only suit the right wing because they're so willing to be propagandist and dishonest. They're so willing to be propagandist and dishonest that you can't win. You can't win against people who are willing to, like... It is like boxing and someone brings a knife. Like, it's not fair. Thank you, Jeff. For $10, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. He's taking years off his life for us? Oh my god. Jeff is out here just... Sam! I didn't see Sam earlier. Thank you for becoming a member, Sam. I do not do YouTube full-time. I do not make nearly enough money to do YouTube full-time.
We got to give you evidence of what they're planning in the future and whether or not they're coming at this in good or bad faith. And so while I agree there are some constitutional crises that could have been reached in good faith by the respective branches of government, not all. Some crises need to be proved both with current actions and with purpose and intent. And so I don't think it's irrelevant.
And I need to add on to this. This is also very important that, like, when we talk about Project 25 and it's like, oh, you're just being antsy, you're just fear mongering, hyperbole, when as if this wasn't the plan from the beginning that they're all saying that they're following, that is clearly like 70% of it's already been checked off. And
yeah, the 100-day plan's been followed pretty directly. Is this a person, the other liberal in this conversation? I don't think that's a liberal, and he's not a liberal because he has that.
And specifically in this good faith discussion as to whether or not the 14th Amendment can be overturned or not apply to illegal immigrants, they literally have two contradicting bad faith arguments. One being that foreign invaders are illegal immigrants are foreign invaders, and the other being that it just doesn't apply to illegal citizens, which are like not like in the same thing. So they have to have these two contradictory things to try to push this, because it's not about whether or not I think they're foreign invaders. It's about I want to get rid of illegal birthright citizenship. That's all it is.
Yes.
And so that is the bad faith. It's all of the precedent before this. It's all of the plans. It's all of, hey, I've been telling you what I've been doing and what I want to do for 40 years, and now I'm finally doing it. But actually, it's only been 3 days, and they haven't finished doing it, so we actually don't know if it's
and
really
they want to
happening.
blind us, and they want to say you can't look at that. You have to just consider the formalism of the argument itself, as opposed to the argument.
Yeah, it's like that guy. It's important, even in bad faith, to always put up a defense to the other side. Thank you, Corey. Jeff works for, oh yeah. Okay, but like also asking them like, what do you think I'm saying right now? Give me your best interpretation of what my viewpoint is. But it's hard because they can really easily get on the, they can really easily twist anything. And a lot of these accounts are bot accounts too. But I talk to people in real life, they believe everything on Twitter. I talk to people IRL, and I know what they're going to talk about. I know their arguments in real life now. And like this comment, how hard is it for you? How hard is it for real? If you are an illegal alien, you don't belong and will get deported. It's like half of their arguments, 90% of their arguments are against fake, like things that are not real. I don't know how to argue against things that are not like happening, like they're not actual viewpoints.
Argument being bad, as you are acknowledging, in addition to the additional context given by Project 2025, contemporaneous statements made by Trump. I mean, Trump literally said we'll probably need to have an amendment for it. If that's not a fucking admission that the argument is weak, what is? I mean, he's literally saying the argument is weak enough that we might need to go to the states to have a constitutional amendment. I think that's pretty indicative of bad faith.
No, let me respond to this. You can make arguments like you can make arguments for something that you believe is the law and recognize at the same time that those arguments are weak and that you probably won't win. I mean, you and I both know that.
Tell me something you know, not what you heard. Your dad brought up the litter boxes in school. And it is like they're in a cult. So how do you deprogram that cult? Drop a like on the YouTube shorts. Drop a like on YouTube shorts if you're there. Look, a Democrat simp. But their standard for evidence is so low. Like, there's been nothing released. There's been, oh, yeah. Why Elon Musk did not want people finding out the employees' names, too. They're probably all a bunch of white nationalists. I'm not even kidding. Tommy Tuberville. Dude, this is another thing. I forgot about this. Tommy Tuberville. This was another scandal. Wait. This, bro. Okay. So Tommy Tuberville, a senator, his education is a physical education degree from 1976. He was a college football coach, now a U.S. senator. He's also an anti-vaxxer. Woohoo. Now, a really funny thing happened.
And Tommy Tuberville, a great coach.
Tuberville.
You know, his quarterback was named Mahomes. He was a great college coach. And
his quarterback was named Mahomes. Who told Trump this? Who told Trump this, bro?
I said, how good was he? He said, you don't want to know how good. He made me into a great coach. He's pretty good quarterback, right? Yeah, he was very good.
A few moments later.
Last question. So does this mean, since you used to coach Patrick Mahomes, that you're rooting for the Chiefs at the big game this Sunday?
Well, I never even coached him. What happened is I recruited him, and then I left and went to another school. But I've got to be very good friends with him.
Meanwhile,
he did not recruit me at the time, so I don't remember if I ever got to meet him or not.
you get the idea.
And
You get the idea. Bro, they have to lie about literally everything. The Trump cult needs to lie about even this. Even this, if Trump says it. If Trump says those words, you need to back them up. You need to fight on behalf of those words. No lie can go truth. No lie can become truth, bro. You cannot have truth anywhere. You need to lie. Whatever Trump says, you need. And even this, he tweeted again, Tuberville, as a coach, you start recruiting and working with players before they get to college, okay? Patrick Mahomes was one of the best players I ever had the opportunity to recruit and get to know. Looking forward to cheering him on. Bro, I guarantee, by the way, Trump is going to do a Super Bowl propaganda thing. Super Bowl propaganda Trump. And Kendrick Lamar needs to respond to Trump and Drake. But yeah, the community notes. Mahomes himself said he did not recruit me. He left Texas Tech in 2012. Mahomes did not get offered till April with a different coach. I mean, is it possible they shared scouting profiles? Maybe. But still, saying that, okay, well, Trump said he played for him. Then he said he recruited him. And then Mahomes said he did not recruit him. So now, I don't know, maybe we played phone tag. You see the lies. It falls apart completely. But they cannot be truthful. They cannot tell the truth. Anything but the truth. The truth needs to be avoided at all costs. Man. Who he works for. Alright, call into the show, YouTube Shorts people. I love it when you know what I love? When I tell a white guy, when I'm talking to a white guy and I say you people and they get offended. I'm like, this is why you people do this. Like, what do you mean by you people? It's like, shut up, dude. Just like the token comment. That guy freaked out earlier. Okay. Call the YouTube. Call the number up there, the Google Voice number up there if you want to talk. I'll do one more caller, maybe two. Oh, yes. This is my dream ticket. Let's go. Let's go. Dude, let's do it. Let's do it, bro. Let's go. Yes. Finally. Salvation. Salvation. The world is listening. Federal worker plus foreign service unions are suing Trump for trying to dissolve. Oh crap, you have to call again. Sorry, I had my thing off. Trying to dissolve USAID, arguing violation of separation of powers. But remember that Trump believes, not Trump, but everyone that controls the puppet Trump, they believe that the executive branch is not limited by not limited by separation of powers at all. They believe there is no check and balance that can hold the president to account.
Call from.
Hello.
What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. How are you?
Good. I'm the one that called about 2-3 nights ago, the one that's from Cherokee. Like I said the other night, I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican, but I know you just brought up how the Trump thing with where about the recruiting thing or whatever. Did you happen to see the CBS edited video with Kamala Harris and how they edited her interview as well? Because I believe most mainstream media does lie, and you just can't point out one thing, that all of them do the same thing.
Do you think the edit from Kamala changed her positions?
I mean, for sure. I mean, they're trying to make her look smarter than what she is and not just coming up with word salads.
I think the answer that they took out actually looked better if you watch the entire thing. And Fox News took out an answer Trump gave, for example, about Jeffrey Epstein, where he said that he was second guessing if he should release the Epstein files. He said he would release JFK, he would release MLK files, but he was hesitant about Epstein because he thought Epstein releasing those might hurt a lot of people, and people lie when it comes to Epstein. So Fox News edits a lot of stuff. Everyone has the right to edit it. They have a right to have an interview, and they need to fit it into television time. So like the Kamala thing is not a scandal at all. That's not a scandal, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, he is suing it because, wouldn't you consider that election interference in somewhat of a way too, though?
Wouldn't the Fox News one be election interference too?
Oh, I agree. I'm not saying, I'm saying like most mainstream.
And I don't think it is election interference either. I don't think it's interference. You have to fit it into a certain TV. If there was like a huge omission from, I don't know, like sharing debate questions, the only one candidate, that'd be interference. But as far as like chopping up interviews, it's not at all. No, that's freedom of the press. It's First Amendment, right?
Right. Okay. What about the debate though? And how they always fact check him, but they never fact check Kamala when she was talking about the guns. And back in the day, she was talking about taking them away, and then she said she had never said that, but they wouldn't fact check her. But everything Trump said, they would fact check him. Is that not considered election interference as well?
No, they fact-checked Trump on black and white issues, so things that were completely false. There were other things he said that were false, such as, I saved Obamacare. They did not fact-check him there, because you can debate that topic a little bit. But when it comes to like the cats and the dogs stuff, I don't think it was unfair at all that they fact-checked that part.
Right.
And what do you mean by Kamala when she said take it away? Take it away from what?
When she talked about taking away guns, and then they never fact-checked her and said, oh, well, you did say that. Because she had said that multiple times.
Did she answer a question about guns during the debate? What did she say? I forget.
They asked her when Trump brought up how they was going to take away the guns. She said that her and Tim Walsh were gun owners. Even on Oprah, Oprah said, I didn't even know that. You didn't tell me that. And she said, I don't plan on taking away guns. And then, which was a lie. She had said that multiple times. And like I said, she even went on Oprah saying that I'm a gun owner. Yeah, it was just a big lie back and forth, basically.
I I don't know if they can fact check if she's a gun owner or not, but they could fact check if like the crime is up or not. They could fact check if if there's cats and dogs being eaten. I think it's fine to fact check that kind of stuff. I think Trump just says things that are like really directly and blatantly not true more often than other people do. Like the cats and dogs thing is insane.
Well, I mean, owning guns is our Second Amendment. That's a big deal. But
well, that's a
I mean,
debate though.
But I know, but
that's
it's
a
the fact
topic
that
of
she
debate.
lied.
What did she lie about?
I mean, she said that she never said she was going to take away guns, and she had said that multiple times.
But no, but that's not a lie though. She never said she was going to take away all guns. Okay, she had the universal background checks, red flag laws, and assault the Bill Clinton assault weapons ban. But when she talked about guns, she did not say she was going to take away all guns. So you can debate that topic because it's not black and white. But for example, if Trump says like there's cats and dogs being eaten, that's like a black and white issue that is verifiably not true at all. So I feel like it's okay to fact check that. And I mean, I would rather, by the way, Kamala fact check Trump. You know, it's a debate versus two people. I would rather one candidate fact check the other during it.
So you agree that it was 3-on-1 then?
No, I don't think it was 3-on-1. I think Trump just like lied about more things that were just like clearly not true. But I mean, like things that are just like not happening, like the crime rate he said crime rate is at all-time highs. It's at a 50-year low. He said that. What are all the ones they fact checked him on? The cats and the dogs. They fact checked him on the election being stolen or not. So those are three things that I think are valid to fact check him on.
The crime rate, which I believe they released it the next day after the debate, and I think they proved him. Right on that. Actually, crime rate had gone up since last time he was in office.
Well, it went up.
They released the chart.
It went up after COVID, but it's at a 50-year low though. So like it declined since Biden got in. So it peaked at like COVID, but it still went down. We're still at a 50-year low, and I believe Donald Trump said we're at like a all-time high in crime when we've been declining in crime. So I mean, I don't really want to focus on the Trump Kamala debate though. It's kind of I'm hoping to never talk about that again. Like it was
right.
It seems like it doesn't matter right now.
Do you think that if Trump would have been assassinated that day, do you believe Joe Biden would have even dropped out of the race? Truthfully,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know because the assassination attempt really helped boost Trump's numbers too.
I agree.
So he might have stayed in because it would have been closer. But any president after an assassination attempt, like you could look at Reagan or anyone else, even Obama had a few assassination attempts that were public. All of them have assassination attempts, by the way, but only some of them get close. So like Reagan got shot, obviously. Obama had someone screaming, "You're the Antichrist," and firing a gun randomly at the White House. That was the most public one from him. And I'm sure there's some from Biden you can find if you look in FBI data or even just like stuff that they got that one guy at the golf course, for example, that was like super far away from Trump. So they just don't get close. But yeah, I mean, he probably stays in if that never happens. It still would have been the wrong decision. It's insane that he even tried running again, regardless. But yeah.
Right. I mean, do you believe honestly that 150 yards away on an assassination attempt? Do you believe? And because the roof was slanted and the cops were supposed to have a meeting with the Secret Service and they never did that day. And I believe BlackRock owned that building, if I'm not mistaken, that the guy was on, and Matthew Thomas Crooks, and he was in a BlackRock commercial. Truthfully, and I think they did an ad tracker on his phone, and I think a year to date before the assassination attempt, they had him within a 2-block radius from the FBI building or CIA building. It's one of the two in D.C. a year prior, like a year to date before the assassination attempt. Do you believe? Honestly, it was an inside job.
No, I totally disagree. That's an inside job because if they wanted to do it, then they would do it. It would not be that hard for them to make that happen if it was an inside job. I don't think.
But the Secret Service they had 150 yards is not that far, and if Trump wouldn't have turned his head,
it's a decent length for someone who's not very good and with iron sights, right? I'm pretty sure he was just using sight. He didn't even have any optics at all. But I mean, you could use your same argument to say that it was staged on purpose too. So you could go either way with that conspiracy because it boosted Trump's numbers. It magically hit owning his ear, and his ear is perfectly fine. I wish I could see like a dummy get their ear shot with a gun because I feel like there was speculation that like glass hit his ear and made him bleed because they're saying how the round would have tore his ear off instead of just like being perfectly fine 5 days later. Like his ear quicker, not quicker. His ear healed quicker than most bruises heal. Like, it's actually insane. So there's a chance I mean, we never got a full medical report from it. So, I mean, you could use the same conspiracy that he got, cut by glass instead.
All right. Well, my wife, she's a Marine, and I've been, shooting guns all my life, and we've had a bunch of people to do tests, and I think 99 out of 100 shots, it would have been a headshot. Like I don't think Trump would have taken a bullet as an inside, to boost him. I mean, that's too close of a call. You know what I mean? And then the same thing happened 2 days or however long it was after that with the other guy. I don't think he would be that.
Well, I'm not making the claim that you're making the conspiracy claim. I'm just saying that conspiracy is more likely than yours is. Like from everything, like you don't think if they really wanted to do that, if it's an inside job, you don't think it would have been like they would have just done it. Like you think they're that incapable that they could set this whole thing up but fail. Like,
I mean, but 150 yards really isn't that far. Like if you watch a bunch of people that actually shoot guns and stuff, it's really not that far of a distance.
For that kid knowing what his record was, okay, and like I said before, using iron sights from that distance is not an easy shot with a moving target, taking wind into account. Like, it's not an easy target going for the head at all. That's not an easy shot, bro. On a slanted wind, and you have to imagine you're on a slanted roof. You're probably stressed. His heart is beating like crazy. He somehow snuck up there. There's cops yelling at him as he's like lining up the shot. Like, of course, it's insane. He probably made a last second adjustment. You don't know. It's hard to really say. I don't think there should be any conspiracy around it at all because I think the conspiracies favor the other. Like, I don't know how his ear was still so perfect now after that, but it could just be luck of it. Do you think God saved him?
I mean, I believe in God, and I think everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? Honestly, I mean, there is no other explanation to it. I mean, I'm a firm believer in God and Jesus Christ. I mean, that's
how do
just
you
me.
How do you square away like Corey getting shot in the head and killed?
Who?
Corey, the firefighter that died that day. Why did he get killed?
Yeah.
Is that just like part of God? Like God decided that, or?
No, I mean, bad things happen to good people. You know what I mean? And when the good
but why did
calls
God
him
make
home,
that decision though? Why did God let Corey die? Why do you think he let Corey die? Because he could have let Trump die, but he saved Trump. So why did he kill Corey instead?
I mean, it was his time. I mean, don't nobody know. Just like anybody could get in a car wreck. You know what I mean? I mean, when it's your time, it's your time.
Do you think everyone goes when God wants them to go?
I mean, that's what I believe. I mean, yeah.
Because if you think God's all powerful, then God needs to be all powerful. He needs to control when he died too. Because if he's all powerful, then he needs to let you suffer pain.
Well, I mean, just like there's good in the world, there's evil. There's evil in this world too. You know what I mean? Just like I believe in God, I believe there's a Satan too. And you know what I mean? I mean, bad things do happen to good people.
Yeah, but Satan's not all powerful. Satan's biggest sin was defying God, right? So like Satan challenged God and wanted power in there. He wanted more power of heaven, and God cast him down because the only sin was really defying God. The idea that Satan was, leading people to temptation is denying God. Even the concept of hell is relatively not well defined as we picture it, like from Dante's Inferno, because we picture it like that, not really the biblical terms. Hell was more of just like an underworld or whatever. It wasn't like this fiery thing, like we explained it in Dante's Inferno, but like, or how that was explained in that literary work. But yeah, I guess what I'm saying is like, it's really interesting how you can square that away with God being all powerful. So do you think that God forces us to go through pain to teach lessons?
Yes, I believe he gives, I mean, everybody has to go through things. You know what I mean? If the world was, that's what makes you, that's what builds you, that's what makes you stronger. That's what, it tests you. Like it gives you, it's just, God gives his gives strong battles to the strongest, to the strongest people.
But he's all powerful. I just feel like it's weird that God would watch us suffer when we don't need to if he's all powerful. Teaching us a lesson seems kind of unfair because he could just fix us. He could give us other ways to be strong. But God decides to put us through trials and tribulations and to torture and to kill us and put us in slavery and give us terrible diseases like cancer rather than help us. And he decided to kill Corey, the firefighter, on that day instead of Trump. So I feel like God must have some political ambitions then if he's all powerful and still lets that happen. So I wonder who God voted for.
I'm not gonna say God has political views. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just saying, like I said, bad things happen to good people. I mean, it's just that's.
Yeah, I think it's crappy that God lets that happen, though. I know, but God lets that happen. God lets bad things happen to us, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah, yes, and God, just like I said, I believe when it's your time, it's your time. You can't decide it. I can't decide it. No one on this world can decide it. You know what I mean? Anything could happen at any point given that. You could be on your way to work, and people get killed by drunk drivers all the time. People,
yeah, God, but why does God do that? Why does God let me get killed by drunk drivers? God can, yeah. But it's the original sin, though. It's the original sin because by nature, God says we're defying God. So our entire life is making that up, is making up that original sin. Our entire life is proving devotion to God, not really being moral to other humans, but proving devotion to God and then proving that we worship God. So then God will give us eternal salvation if we are willing to always come back to God when there's issues or whatever.
And accepting Lord and Jesus as your Lord and Savior. Like I said, it's just, that's just the world we live in. Like I said, it's just, it's life. It's like when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. That's just what I grew up believing. I'm Catholic. You know what I mean? And it's just that's what I grew up believing. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. When the good Lord calls you home, there's nothing you can do about it. Accidents happen. Bad things happen to good people. It's just, me personally, I believe in it.
I guess that's where I would disagree then. I don't believe at that point that bad things could just happen because God's all powerful. God controls everything, so it doesn't just happen. God chooses when bad things happen to us. So God chooses when it's our time to die. Like God will make that decision by himself when he deems it fit without giving us much direction. So it's not accident. There is no accident under God. God, there is no accidents, right? It just.
I agree with you to a certain extent. I just believe
we have evidence.
God sees once you've served your purpose. If you do know God, if you do know Jesus Christ, then it's just like I said, it's you've served your purpose in His eyes, and and He's calling you home. That's just that's personally, that's just what I believe, and I see your point too as well. I like, I'm open to debate. I see your point as well too.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, there's a lot of different interpretations of the Bible too. A lot of people have different interpretations. I think that we should always be open to hear other people's interpretations because, God did make man imperfect. God, although man is made in the image of God, God is, we're not made perfect like God, right? So some of us might have the wrong interpretation, including ourselves. So I just always, as long as everyone has an open mind, is always open for discussion. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I appreciate you calling in. I'm gonna call it a night, but I hope to see you around the channel still for other breaking news topics. Appreciate you calling into the show. It's good to have you participate. Appreciate the conversation.
Always. Good call.
All right, thank you. Have a good one, man. All right, guys. God just calls you home, bro. That kid gotta go. Bro. Sorry. The kid's gotta go. He messed up big time. Corey. Well, church was not always for Sunday. Sunday was not always the Sabbath day. Okay, so I'm going to call it a night. I am tired. I wanted to stream today regardless. I hope it was still fun contents. Decent. I got 2 rage quits. That was fun. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Jeff, you better be rich, dude. Thank you for $20, Jeff. Get some sleep. Thank you, King Jeff. And also my internet parent. my leader. You actually, Jeff became a tier 4 member, by the way. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff became a tier 4 member for the channel, which means his official role is called... The normal members are called Jolatariats, like proletariat, so Jolatariat. But Jeff is called... Oh, come on, where is it? Oh my god, here. Jeff's title is Jola Dictarian. So not Jolatariat. Jeff is the Jola Dictarian. He's a dictator, Dictarian, because he's tier 4. Thank you, Jeff. You are the lifeblood of this channel. Yeah, and also like growth in general, it could be slow and steady too. Like if I'm getting 50 subscribers a night, it's not like a bad growth, you know? Sugar Daddy, LOL. Droligarch. Jeff is a Jola Dictarian. He's the dictator of Jolaverse. Join the Discord. Thank you guys for hanging out. Droligarch. That's not bad. Cody and Tiffany. That's a cute name for your couple. Why are you saying get off my D on your channel you made with your wife? Cody and Tiffany. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the donation. I don't know what. I don't know. I'm sorry. Thank you for conversion. You're Swedish. Thank you for the $11. $11.84. Thank you. So the conversion rate. I didn't realize Sweden had their own currency. Because Iceland has their own currency, right? And then does Norway have their own? Do they all have their own currency because they're not in the the EU or the Eurozone or whatever it's called? All the oh my god, the Nordic countries or whatever. Thank you. This is these are the people from Sweden contributing to American democracy, hoping it doesn't fall apart and affect them. No, Jeff is just trying to contribute to the world positively, and he sees me as I'm like a NBA prospect. Jeff is scouting right now. You know how Peter Thiel funded JD Vance's entire career? Peter Thiel funded JD Vance's career. Jeff is like a little Peter Thiel, but for like he's a George Soros, Peter Thiel. You know what I mean? Norway has Norway has Norway currency. What about Norway currency to Sweden? So it's pretty similar between the krone and the krona. What about Denmark? DKK. They all use their own version of the krona. Why do they have their own version of the krona? How does that function then? And then Iceland has the... I want to go back to Iceland, dude. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Iceland is like $150 for $1. 141 Icelandic krona. So they have krona too. They all have their own krona, but the Iceland krona is more inflated. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works at all, but it's interesting. Yeah, save up for Iceland. Save up for Iceland, dude, if you want to. I know it's different countries, but like the euro is the same for different European countries. Thank you, Jeremy. I really enjoy your content. Please keep on trying to educate Trump supporters. Thank you. I'll keep trying. I feel like that's why I feel like a failure sometimes after the streams, because it's not like... It's hard to see how beneficial these conversations are. And I feel like the people who are... I feel like anyone that might be convinced are people... Someone said their American impulse to tip. Nice. It's hard to see because people that would be moved by this stuff, people that would change their opinions, are probably not going to donate. They're not going to comment. You know, they're probably not going to yell or like rage post or like troll. Those people are probably going to come later on and be like, you know, I've been watching you for a few months and I was on the fence, but the more Trump keeps doing this stuff, I see what you mean, etc. I like your content and you kind of move me over. I feel like I'm not going to learn about those people for months. Like the people that you actually kind of switch their positions. You don't find that out until you do this for a while. And if anyone here New York Times. Those who share her view often cite evidence suggesting that unions are more effective than DEI programs in closing wage gaps between employees of different genders and races by raising wage floors and improving benefits like paid sick leave. Unlike a labor contract, they note, DEI goals typically don't impose a direct legal obligation on companies. Yeah, DEI is just like corporate fluff. Other studies have found that union membership reduces racial bias. Yeah, it makes sense. You bring working class people together. You start seeing yourselves in relation to your real lives instead of your social class. Other studies have found that union membership reduces racial bias, perhaps because unions enlist workers of different races to work together to achieve shared goals. And we should be able to do that with America, with Americans too, with America.
Is your head okay after that fall?
The head bandage is not real. How is this still an opinion, bro? If you voted for Kamala, you voted for genocide. It gives me no pleasure to point this out. If you voted for Trump, you voted for a limited ceasefire. Bro. If you voted for Kamala, you voted for genocide. It gives me no pleasure to point out that if you voted for Trump, you voted for a limited ceasefire. The first respite Gazans have had in over a year. So she's somehow giving Trump credit for the limited ceasefire that's going to last like a week before the full campaign for ethnic cleansing. She's somehow giving Trump credit and still saying you also voted for ethnic cleansing that Biden and Harris also backed. If you voted green, you voted peace. How do they, in every situation, both sides the problem, blame Democrats more, and give the right wing some credit? How do they do this so effectively, bro? With everything. You can have one person poop on your front porch, and the other person will forget to mow their lawn. And she'll somehow say, like, I at least the poop was like, the Republicans poop on her front porch, all right? You forget to mow your lawn. And she yells at you for making the neighborhood look bad. But she's like, well, the poop isn't that bad on my front porch because I can use it for fertilizer. Like... Israel are the worst ethnic cleansers. A year in top 10 military. Ethnic cleansing is different from a Holocaust. It's different. You're not fully eradicating people. You're cleansing them from a region. You're making them be displaced and move to a different area. So, for example, Hitler tried an ethnic cleansing as one of the solutions on the way to the Holocaust. They call it the final solution. They call the Holocaust the final solution because that was the final option. It took years and years to get to that point. It took years and years and years to get to the Holocaust. But ethnic cleansing was tried along the way to the Holocaust. Not in a real way, by the way. They spoke about Jewish people leaving Germany in the same way they talk about Palestinians now. that Jews are not accepted by other countries or whatever. But ethnic cleansing is different from a Holocaust. It's different from domicide. It's different from genocide. All these terms mean different things. I hate talking to people that don't know anything about any of this stuff. No one knows what USAID is. No one knows what DEI is. They don't know what this stuff is. They just have opinions on it. I hate when people have opinions on stuff they don't know about. Okay, guys. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get rest tonight. I'm going to come back tomorrow for Friday night. Big Friday stream. But we're just kind of chilling, you know. If we keep growing a little bit every night, it's a win. It's a win, you know. Takers versus listeners, true. Yeah, they're going to release the Epstein files with Trump's name scrubbed from it. I wish Biden would have released them right away. Because now Trump's going to scrub his name from it. If they release it. Alright, guys. Have a good night. Get some sleep. Thank you, King Jeff. Thank you, everyone that donated. Thank you, all members. Thank you, all. Thank you, members. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you, everyone. Here comes the conspiracy series. Here comes the conspiracy series. You cannot vote for Trump and talk to me about conspiracy theories. When Trump himself has talked about how the Jeffrey Epstein files should not be released because it might hurt people. What people? Remember when Donald Trump was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein for years? And remember when Donald Trump told Ghislaine Maxwell, good luck, I wish her the best? Because they were best friends. Hey, good night, guys. Thank you. Thank you for what you guys do. I appreciate it. Oh, no. I hope I'm doing good. I hope I'm doing good. I'm crying. Make sure you have your electrolytes. Powerade. Powerade Freeze Pop, sponsor of the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, y'all. Remember when Donald Trump kicked Epstein out of the club? It's because Epstein literally was going after one of the club members. Trump waited until the final second. Trump waited until the final moment to kick Epstein out when Epstein could not hold himself because Epstein went after one of Trump's club members' kids. That's the only reason he did it, because he had to. He was forced to, because Epstein went way too far. But they were friends for a long time. Best friends. Number one friends, pals. They actually went out clubbing together looking for girls. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying underage girls. I'm just saying girls. And Trump himself said that Jeffrey, he knows that Jeff loves them young. I don't know how Trump knew that. How did Trump know that? Oh, I forgot that my screen says Trump voters are so gay. I forgot about that. Okay. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it would have hurt his business. Yeah, he was forced to. All right. Good night, for reals. See you in Discord. Here's Discord for who wants to join. Oh, crap. I don't know if I'm going in Discord, by the way. I'm just dropping Discord for you guys. If you're not in there yet. If you're not in there yet, that's where I put all the updates on when I'm going to stream and stuff, too. Thank you, mods. Someone said Discord, LOL. Hey, buddy. We talk on Discord. You probably talk exclusively on Roblox. And we all know what Roblox is used for, you weird. Save your strength. I will. Oof. Fight a good fight. I gotta start working out again, too. Someone wants a realm for Minecraft for the server. I don't know how that's gonna work. Go to bed. I feel like Jeff is gonna put me on the black market somewhere. I feel like Jeff is actually purchasing me as a person. You look like you smell like shit, and that's a tough look to have. I do. I really do. Sleep. All right. Good night, guys. Your 5-year-old plays Minecraft? Well, sorry.